how it's with a visa to enter on England and remain, because now she's a travel visa
Okay.
for 6 months. And how she can
Oh,
remain.
hold on. I am so sorry. I have to apologize. I actually cannot tell the reason why it's happening. But I must tell you that it's to do with my network. It's got nothing to do with anything other than the network issue. So I think that's the problem. It's the network issue from my office. I think it's my wire from my office that is cutting me off on my iPad. One of them is just playing me on a Monday morning. But I don't think it's got anything because the line is monitored by Facebook properly. So it's okay. The line is fine. There's nothing wrong with the line. I think it's network. I can say that 100%. I think it's network. It's got nothing to do with anything. Please don't think negative. Thank you. I'm talking about entry into the United Kingdom, ladies and gentlemen on board. Thank you for coming back straight away. Thank you for coming back straight away. I appreciate you, everybody. Thank you so much for coming back immediately you see me. But it's network issue. Okay. Go ahead with your question, young lady.
Yes, I want to know what she can do to remain, or what the right she has, because now she is travel card. She's from Botswana.
Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you. So where is your friend now? Where is that friend now?
She's in London.
She's where?
In London.
She's in London.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she just has travel card, so she cannot have papers for work.
She cannot do what?
No. So what she can do to can remain and to get papers for work?
How long has she been in the UK for?
Almost 6 months.
Almost 6 months.
Yes.
And she has run out. He has run out of visa, isn't it? Say he or she, please.
Pardon?
Is it a he or she?
She.
It's a she, yeah. And she has run out of papers, isn't it? Status to remain.
Yes. She
Okay.
need to go out. She need to go back and to come again and travel.
I think she needs to go back. I think she needs to go back.
So she cannot have any chance to have papers.
To do what?
Also to get right to remain here.
Mm-hmm.
She don't have any chance.
No, she will not have, because if she has run out and she only come in 6 months ago, so the idea is that she needs to return back and get another entry clearance. Has she got family here? Wife, husband?
No.
No wife, no husband?
No, only the sister. I have one sister.
Sorry?
She have only sister.
She's only got sister, so she hasn't got kids, isn't it?
No.
So she needs to go back and come back in, and get a new entry clearance to come back if it's only 6 months, yeah?
And how she can apply then for work? She can apply for visa work or no?
If you want to apply for visa work, she needs to go back to her country and make application there. From there, she can come back to the United Kingdom. But she cannot apply for work here because she's only got 6 months visa, and the 6 months has run out recently. She only came in recently, so she hasn't stayed long.
Okay, I understand.
Are you clear with what I'm saying?
Yes, I'm clear. Now I understand all this.
Thank you.
She can apply only from her country, and if she gets approved, she can come. I understand.
Yes, that's correct.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. I'm really sorry that things don't work properly. I hope in future you'll be okay.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
All the best.
Bye. Hello? Hello, dear.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, dear.
Good morning, ma.
How can I help you?
Hello, ma.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I can hear you. I'm on a live Facebook, so I can hear you correctly. So carry on with your question. Okay. I'm actually dealing with the entry clearance into the United Kingdom. People are applying to come into the UK and the family member in the United Kingdom. So that's what I'm talking on now. But I can answer. Yeah, I can answer your question.
Okay, ma. That is the reason why I'm calling, ma.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm having a problem with someone coming into the UK. Last year, he submitted an application to the UK, and it was refused.
Okay.
Yeah, it was refused. They said he has an issue with date of birth or something, so it was refused. I think he was using, he applied, I think, 2007 with a different date of birth, which he thinks there was an error. Then when he now found the real date of birth, he applied again. I think they now saw that, they said there was a mistake. You know, so they said they are not sure if the whatever is declaring is right, so it was refused. So what does someone like that need to do to resolve that issue?
He applied into the UK to come to United Kingdom.
Yeah, I think he applied 2007.
Okay, that was 11 years ago now.
Yeah, for student visa, and his date of birth then, the one he used was like 1980 or 82. And then his right date of birth was in 1982, isn't it? Yeah, it wasn't 1982. I think that was what his mom declared to him. They didn't see the date of birth, so the mom said it was 1982. I think last year, he now find out, he saw the everything, he saw the information that it was 1980, not 1982. They now went to take the affidavit to declare that wasn't his real age.
You know, that is what they call relationship of trust.
Okay.
And that trust has been broken. That relationship probably has been damaged, dent. Because if you have problem with names, the entry clearance and the government doesn't care in the United Kingdom. You can easily sworn an affidavit and change names. But when it comes to the issue of date of birth, then they start thinking, because you can. Everybody is born on just a day, one day. So it's impossible to have two dates of birth. I'm afraid so.
So what do we need to do? Can I come and see you?
I think you should come and see me and let me hear you very well, and then I can advise you way forward. If it's 2007, it was 11 years ago.
I think it was 11 years ago, but he applied last year.
And they have to refuse. They refuse him.
No, and they refused him.
Yeah, because he lied to them on a different date of birth. That is the problem. Do you understand?
Okay, ma'am. So which number would like us to see you?
The same number you will book for the appointment. When I finish, I will transfer it back to the desk now. When I finish.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, ma'am.
Okay.
Right,
thank you, dear. Okay, thank you.
Yeah?
When you come, I will see what I can do.
Okay. All right. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, bye.
Bye-bye.
Please lower your device. I'm on a live program at the moment. Please lower your device so I can hear you.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello, good morning to you. Afternoon now. Afternoon. Yeah.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Good afternoon.
Thank you.
A friend has an issue. I just want to make an inquiry about her, if she can give me an answer for her, ma'am.
Please go ahead.
Okay. She made an application for further leave to remain.
Okay.
And where the only mistake on her application is when she was meant to put the pin for a payment. She put, because she saw 4 spaces for 4 boxes, she now put the last 4 of her card instead of the last 3. So when she was expecting them to have taken money, when she was expecting them to have taken money out of her account, she didn't see anything like that happen. Then she now called her bank, and her bank now told her that they made an attempt on so thing. So she now called the Home Office. They said they were going to get in touch with her, but since then she hasn't heard from them. But she now filled another form, another payment slip with a cover letter to let them know, my bank told me this is this, and this could be the reason why you couldn't get my money out. This is another properly filled form, and she just did everything. She made copies like they normally do for the application, and she sent it in. But she has not now heard from them. And her application has been in, and I think has run out now. Our application is still with them. They sent her acknowledgement for the initial application. They sent her biometric, whatever, to go for the biometric. They sent her acknowledgement of receipt of the application, but they haven't taken the money out of our account. So I was just saying, I was sure.
How long ago is this? How long ago?
I think it was end of December was when the application went in. But in January, she sent the new payment slip. When she had that, they tried taking out the money from our account on the 2nd of January, which they couldn't take out.
Did they send a letter to her to inform her that they could not take money out of the account?
They have not sent any letter.
So why is she changing bank accounts? Why did she change bank accounts without
she
waiting
didn't change
for?
Bank account. No, she didn't change. She just the same account, but she kept it. You know the normal thing at the back of the card. You're going to put 3 because she saw 4 boxes. Then she now wrote 4. So which the bank told that could be the reason why they have not responded, why they couldn't take the money out. But they attempted on the 2nd of January to take the money out, but they couldn't take it out.
She needs to be careful because they might refuse the application because of that. And if they refuse the application, if she has leave to remain, then she's going to run out of status. And if she does run out of status, they will not continue that status where she stopped. They will start her all over again. That is the danger of not putting the correct money in the bank account for the Secretary of State for the Home Department to take it when she needs it.
I think the money was there, but she didn't put the correct pin.
But that's the point. The point is that the card needs to be checked properly by 2 people, if possible, when putting it on the form. Especially those who have leave to remain going for extension. If it's first timer, that is fine. But those who have leave to remain must check carefully when they are submitting an application to the Secretary of State. Because what comes first is that she wants to take the money first before even listening to your problem.
For the center, what do you assess now? For the center, the acknowledgement form for the appointment for the application and a biometric for her, which is almost immediately the center. And
they haven't taken the money. I think she just needs.
They haven't taken the money.
I think she needs to wait for them. Don't do anything now. You just have to wait now. If she has done biometrics, they've sent acknowledgement. Yes, I think she needs to hang around and wait for them to respond.
Oh, okay, ma.
But make sure the money is in the account again. Make sure the money is there.
I think she left it there.
Okay. It's a major mistake for people to make that kind of thing. It's not a minor error. It's a major error not to have the correct bank account on extension of leave to remain. It's a major error. It's not a minor. So people need to learn lesson from this. Because if you're on a renewal and if care is not taken, they might want to start you all over again because you have already come out of the leave and waited more than 28 days, which means that they are more likely to want to come back to start you all over if they pardoned you. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. You remember those who overstayed, everything is about discretion for them.
Yeah.
So that's just the issue. Okay.
All right, now thank you so much.
You're most welcome, dear. Thank you, dear. Bye. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Yeah, good afternoon, dear. Hi.
Please, ma, I want to ask a question, but it's different from your topic.
That's fine.
Thank you, ma.
That's fine.
Thank you, ma. I have a sister-in-law living here. She has been in this country over 10 years. She has a son, but the son is dead now. She died when he was 3 years. But last month, there's a man that was doing immigration paper for her. But when she appealed, the man didn't go to the court. So she hold the paper. So she was running for immigration. But last month, the immigration take her along the line. She had mental problem last year. We take her to the hospital and she stayed there for like 1 month. But what I also had is that last month when the immigration take her, they deport her to Nigeria. She couldn't contact us. So they call us from Nigeria that she's in Nigeria. But I want to ask ma, is it possible for her to come back, ma? Or she can't come back anymore, ma?
10 years.
Yeah, she was here for 10 years, ma.
And she has to stay in Nigeria for 10 years if they pardon her at all. Because there was no reason. Because she hasn't got a husband and nothing to tie her with the United Kingdom. And unfortunately, she was not given a proper advice on a discretionary leave for a discretion to be exercised on a document or on a situation, you know.
Okay, what about our son that was there? Did that son have British passport, ma?
Did the son has British passport?
Yes, ma. Before he died.
But it's gone now. That should have been used to the Secretary of State for a discretion to be exercised in her favor. You know, but
okay, before they deport her.
Yeah, and if the son has British passport, why couldn't she make application before the son died?
Maybe she's not aware of that.
So I'm so sorry about the incident, but
okay, ma. Thank you so much, ma.
But unfortunately, yeah, it's too late. Thank you.
Okay, ma.
Yeah,
bye, ma.
Bye. It is so important that you take advice at onset before it's too late. You see, the situation the lady called for is what they call medicine after death. When something has gone wrong already, out of control, and you started thinking of this resolution, you might not be able to make resolution or resolve the problem because it has gone out of hand. So in order not to let it go out of hand, it is imperative that you get advice quickly. You see, ignorance of law is not an excuse. That's the point. We need to know that when we speak, information is power. So you need to access information as quickly as you can. Don't say that you are ignorant because you don't know something. You speak to people that have knowledge. Take advice. If you have been in the United Kingdom and you have not put in an application, the first thing you need to do is to look at the options available for you. Don't put in an application because somebody is putting it in. Get advice and look at the option. Check options available. When you get the options available, then you'll be able to know whether you fit into one of the options to make application to the Secretary of State. That's the way forward. But if you say because you don't know, ignorance of law is not an excuse. It's not an excuse at all. So when you do something and you say you don't know, it's not an excuse. You can read and write. And if you can't read and write, tell somebody who can read and write to read it for you and interpret it. That's just the basic. But for everyone that comes from those countries into this country that take visa, I believe they know what they are doing. So you should take advice quickly. Hello?
Good morning, ma. Good afternoon, ma.
Afternoon.
Ma, please, my wife called you before that explained concerning our relocation to England, to London. The situation is this. I have once been in London over 17 years ago. So I seek a political asylum. I was put in prison and rejected and sent back to Nigeria. So I came back after 1 year to Italy to seek a visa to Europe visa to Italy. So I'm now a European citizen. I have a passport. So I want to relocate because of my case. So I want to seek an advice if it will have an effect in future time.
What would have effect? Say that again. What are you thinking that is going to have effect?
Yes, because 17 years ago I was there already. I have my fingerprint. I didn't try to create any crime anyway, but I was rejected at point of entry, denying my asylum status, what I requested for. So I was denied and rejected.
And you have the same name on your record, isn't it?
No.
Is that the same name that you used for your European passport now?
It's a different name now.
But your fingerprint was taken.
My fingerprint was taken, yes.
It is most likely that it will be picked up, but that should not debar you from coming in if there was no criminal record on your data.
No, I don't have a criminal record, man.
So that's fine. You should be able to come to UK freely.
Okay, I can come to England.
Yeah, of course. You have red passport.
Yes.
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, of course you can. Free movement.
Okay, but I was afraid.
No. I wouldn't want to create a scaremongering panic for you. No, you can come in.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, ma'am.
You're most welcome. Bye. So like I was saying about the entry clearance into the United Kingdom, for those who want to come on a tourist visa or even spouse entry into the UK, you see, the major thing is that the person who wants to be responsible for your coming into the United Kingdom should be able to take advice from us here from the United Kingdom. After advice is taken successfully, then you can revert back to the person that you want to invite in. Because if you don't do that, then the person that wants to come in will be taking wrong advice on the grassroots, and it may affect you. Because once it's refused to come on your data, it come on your record, So I'll take that call later on. Please let me explain this. So entry clearance into the United Kingdom on a tourist visa, two ways, either you are coming on general or family. If you are coming on family, your family member in the UK must invite you in. So there must be an invitation letter from a family member. If you are coming on a general one because you're just a tourist who just want to pass through, then you're just going to get you have to book hotel before coming in. If you don't book an hotel, you're not going to be able to enter. So you need to take that into account. You see, a lot of people do not understand how it works. But believe me, it does work in that way. It does work in that way. You need to take advice, you know. Taking advice is what can assist you to know exactly what to do. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Hello there.
Hello, yeah, I had a question. I got married last year, December, and I wanted to invite my husband as a spouse, as I have indefinite leave to remain. But I've just started a new job, and they normally require you to provide wage slips for 6 months, isn't it? So I was thinking of inviting him as a visitor just for the 6 months so that we can wait together, and then he can go back home and apply for the spouse visa. But the problem I had is that at the moment I don't have enough funds for me to invite him as a visitor. So I had a friend from church who is actually a nurse, and she earns quite a lot of money, and she's offered to sponsor my husband. But the problem is she's from another country, and well, we did consult my sister, who's a barrister, but she said that because she's from another country, then the Home Office will wonder why someone else from another country is inviting my husband to this country.
But who is this person to you? And why couldn't you do the invitation yourself? Because it's going to affect your future application for him if care is not taken.
Right. Well, this person is a close friend, so a close friend, family member. But the problem is that I don't have enough funds for me to invite him as a visitor visa at the moment. So she was willing to sponsor him.
You don't need to invite someone into the country. All you have to show, you don't have to show the income threshold, but you have to show that you are working and you are financially okay to accommodate him.
Okay.
Excuse me, bear it in mind, it's going to be your future husband.
Yes.
So how are you going to say? Because you have to declare everything on your application that it's your fiancé, but you just want him to come to UK and you undertake that he's going to return back.
We're already married, so he's my husband.
So it's your husband. There is every possibility that the application will be refused if you're going to invite him on a visit visa rather than a spouse visa. I have come across that in my career many times. A lot of people make mistake inviting their own husband into UK as a tourist. The entry clearance officer is aware of what you are trying to do, so they will not have respect for that kind of application. The only situation when entry clearance grants husband to come in on a tourist visa is when they know when they know that the guy is a big guy and there is nothing for him to wait for, to hang around for in the UK. The husband will have shown the documents of his business back there in the home country, show his attachment, properties, everything that he owns that makes him have the strong attachment with his home country. The husband would have shown it. There has to be children between two of them. Then the entry clearance can take his common sense from it and say, hold on, this person will not stay in England with all what he has got in his home country. But if your case is just a fresh marriage, the marriage certificate will indicate.
Right, okay.
So they are going to refuse it on a visit visa.
We got married in Africa, and I don't know if they would have it on the record.
What year?
So
What year?
Sorry?
What year? Yeah.
Oh, it was last year, December.
So they're going to refuse on a visit visa. And it's going to dent your record. They are going to refuse it on a visit visa. So
On the visit visa.
yeah, they will refuse it.
Even if my she's like an auntie, but she's a close family member. She wanted to invite him and sponsor him without even putting my name or details that he's got a wife here. My advice is don't make an application for him to come on a tourist visa.
If you can manage to work for 12 months consecutively with the same employer and earn £18,600 before tax, I think that's okay. That will be okay for you.
That will be okay. Do I need to wait 6 months, or can I apply after 4 months or something?
How long have you been working for your employer?
So I've just started in January.
Just started this January.
Yes.
So you have to wait 12 months and provide 6 months out of that 12 months.
Right, okay. So I need to wait for 6 months and then provide the pay slips, yeah?
Yeah, but you have to be in employment for 12 months, same employment. Or have you been working before?
Yes, I've been working before, but I was made redundant, so...
How long ago was this?
So I was made redundant last year, October.
Okay.
My previous employer, I used to work, I worked there for 7 years. I wasn't making enough to meet the threshold, but now with my new job, I'm actually making enough to meet the threshold.
So could I not advise you to wait for that 12 months with this new job so that you can just provide pay slip of 6 months from 12 months?
Okay.
And 12 months is only December, so it's not long anymore. But it's better to do it properly. You so in between, see if you can be traveling to the home country to visit him now.
Okay.
Yeah, at least once or twice this year, try to travel home and go and see him.
Right, okay, that's fine. All right, thank you very much for your help.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
Thank you, dear. Bye. It isn't that easy to explain, but sometimes you can just do it out of no time. For those who are sending me WhatsApp questions, this is an opportunity and an arena for you to ask me questions. It's so impossible for me to go online and be answering all those questions. It's very tiring, given the fact of the workload that I have in the office as well. So I will not be able to go online and be dealing with questions one by one. Hello? Hello?
Hello, ma.
Hello, dear.
Ma.
Yeah.
Yes, ma. Well done, well done. Thank you for all your help.
Thank you so
Please,
much.
ma, I have a question. Yeah. Please, for someone who has a British child and hasn't got say and wants to make an application, do we need to add the British child's passport when making the application, or just their passport number of the form?
You are making application for who?
She's making an application for herself with using her British child.
Yeah, you have to have the British child passport now. You have to have the details of the British child. Please take advice. Don't do it yourself, please.
Okay, she has to add the passport
Can you tell the case owner to take advice, please? Don't do it yourself, because if she has run out of visa already and she wants to be pleading to the Secretary of State outside the rules, then she needs to take proper advice, not this 1 second.
Yeah, she is, but her lawyer is saying that she needs to take the British passport to...
Application is going to be based on a child, so therefore the child document must be in the application, isn't it?
Okay, all right. Okay, I just wanted to confirm that. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Thank you. Hello. Please don't try my line. If you want to call in, can you call in straight away, because I am so busy to have the time to be checking. I have not got any text from anybody because I have cleared my chat line. So if you want to ask me a question, can you phone in now on 07908 628240. I have cleared the chat line because it's going to take all the gigabytes. It's going to be reducing the speed of my tablet. So I have cleared it because there were so many junks of Bible things, church things, government policies in Nigeria, something that doesn't concern my business there, and I don't have time to view them. I don't have time to view all the things going on the street of Lagos or street of Onitsha. So please, let's get that right. When you are sending me question on WhatsApp, please only sending me something to do with law that I studied. Don't send me anything outside my legal expertise. sending me things to read about Bible or something. I know my Bible before I was born. I was born inside that Christianity, and I don't want anybody to make me switch or sending me things that doesn't relate to my work. I see it as a junk. But I don't want to block you guys that are doing it. Please, let us be courteous and be respectful to each other. I don't want to have junks on my chat. If not, I will be blocking those who send me junk. And if I block you, it might pain you. You might not like it. So please don't send me junks. Send me questions that you want me to answer. Don't send me anything to do with God says this, Allah says this, Muhammad says this, Jesus said this. Or don't send me Psalm 1, Psalm 22, verse God said this. Those that can send me they know themselves. They know. I know the type of people that I take things from. Those are people that are relating, that are doing work relating. You are not doing anything relating to it, so don't be a servant of that kind of thing. Let them pass it to us if they want to pass it to us. If they have the confidence, let them send it through themselves. Don't send message for anybody, especially when it comes to things of that nature, because it could be provoking. Sometimes you pick something up on the high street of Lagos and you're sending it to us in England. It doesn't have anything to do with us here. There are so many things that doesn't concern me particularly, and you're sending it to me. I find it very irritating. Pass me information that will be useful for my destiny, and I will appreciate you for the rest of my life. Don't pass me information that is not useful for my destiny to move forward, because I will block that person. Thank you. I'm on 07908 628240. 07908 628240. I'm talking about the entry clearance into the United Kingdom. What are the things that you need to make a successful entry clearance? If you are coming under family visit, take an invitation letter from your family member in the UK. Let them show how you are related to them, and let them show whether they are going to be hosting you or they are going to book you in hotel. Even if you are staying in hotel and you still have family in the UK, don't lie to the entry clearance. Don't lie to the United Kingdom government. Declare it that you have a family member, but you are financially okay. You want to stay in hotel to have your time. If you lie to say that you don't have family member, it will affect your future application, and it will cost you 10 years. And if you have money and you can't travel into the United Kingdom, it's a slap on your face. And you are traveling to US and traveling to Europe. I said to people, they don't believe me. If you manage to have a UK visa, it means you have good record. You can travel to anywhere in the world. If you have this UK visa, it means you have good record and you can travel to United Kingdom to anywhere in the part of the world by taking visa from that country. Because UK is a difficult place to enter, the most difficult country to come to. But once you can be granted entry clearance, it means you have a good reputation. Hello.
Hello, ma.
Emma Carson, ṣàlàáfíà ni? Yes, ma.
Ma.
Thank you, ma.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni, ma. Mo fẹ́ bèrè question kan ni, ma.
Okay, ma.
Mo ní appeal ní June ni, ma.
Ní
Mo ní
June.
appeal ní June.
Okay.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Okay.
So, ọmọ Home Office wọ́n wá sẹ́ǹdì mi ní lẹ́tà wípé kí n mú passport photograph mi wá pẹ̀lú ọkọ mi àti ọmọ mi. So, báwo fẹ́ fi update system àwọn. Ṣùgbọ́n àwọn pé kí ni reason tó ṣe bèrè irú nǹkan báyẹn mà.
Irú application wo lẹ make sí wọn tẹ́lẹ̀?
Mo ní application yẹn mo ti wà lẹ́nu 6 years ago. Human rights kìíní ni lọ́ọ̀yà mi bá mi tún sí.
Okay.
So, wọ́n wá refuse wa. So, wọ́n wá fún wa ní pé ká appeal. So, appeal yẹn wá jẹ́ June.
Ẹ make application lọ́ndà ọkọ yín ni.
No. Under myself. Èmi àtọkọ mi àní kọ̀ọ̀kan tó ọmọ wa máa pé 9 ní April.
Ọmọ yín máa pé
9 years old ní April.
You put the application in together.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
What makes you do that?
Kílẹ̀ wí mà.
What makes you submit the application together, husband and wife, at the same time?
Lọ́yà àtà lòlù sọ pé ká ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
For what reason, ma? Is there any urgency in your situation that makes you go together?
No, but nǹkan tó kàn sọ fún wa nìyẹn náà la ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀.
And what did they ask you to bring? You're going to court in May.
April. Sorry, June.
In June, okay. And so, what is your question?
Question mi ni pé Home Office wa ní ká mú passport photograph wa wá. Yóò àwa mẹ́tẹ̀ẹ̀ta ní pa àwọn fẹ́ fi update system àwọn. So àwọn àwọn pé kí ló ń tọ́ fi bèrè since àti ní appeal date already.
Well, you still have to respond to them. I cannot read Home Office mind. But for two of you to take in an application under a child that hasn't even got British passport, it looks a bit dicey.
Okay, ma, but tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ní pé èmi ni wọ́n fi ṣe main applicant láti ilẹ̀. Ó ṣe ọmọ.
Yeah, but you went in under your child. It doesn't matter. How long have you been in the UK for, madam?
15 years.
So, individually, you have not clocked 20 years in the first instance. And secondly, even if you have clocked 20 years, that application is for you alone and not for both of you. And thirdly, the child that you added on to rely on has not got British passport. So you probably make application under 7-year rules. And 7-year rules does not make allowance for both parents to go in at the same time.
Okay, ma.
So fingers crossed when you are going in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, ma.
Thank you, dear. Bye. It's too late for me to advise otherwise because the application is already with the Secretary of State. The case is already in court and they are going in June. The Secretary of State is asking for passport photos. They want to contact the Nigerian embassy possibly for a travel document. You understand? That's what they're trying to do because it's both of them in the application and the child is not even 10 years yet. Hello?
Hello, ma.
Hello, dear.
Can I ask you a question?
Please go ahead.
I'm an asylum seeker, and my first application was refused, and the court denied me application to hear my case again. So basically, I am a failed asylum seeker in the UK. My question now is there anything I can do to renew my case?
How long have you been in the UK for?
I've been 3 years and I have a baby. It's not everything.
You've been in the UK for 3 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Which country are you from? Which country?
Cameroon.
Say that again. Cameroon.
Cameroon, ma'am.
Okay. Why did they refuse your asylum, and what's the reason for putting in asylum claim?
Mine was forced marriage and female mutilation.
It was based on marriage issue.
Yes, forced marriage and female circumcision.
Oh, okay. So that's why you came to United Kingdom.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
And they refused everything. And I just had a baby now, but the baby is not a British baby.
Are they saying they're not accepting your claim or what under the UN convention?
They just refused everything. They did not even give me the right to listen to my.
Do you want to come on consultation and let me read the document and see the reason why you were refused?
I will be 100% grateful.
Yeah. Okay. If you have time, book appointment with my secretary.
I will do that, ma'am.
Okay.
How can I do that?
0208
Okay.
309
Yes, ma'am.
8808.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear.
I will do that.
Yeah.
I will. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, bye. Somebody said, I've seen family of 5 who were granted 2.5 years. Go and ask for their story again. They probably be under student visa and something went wrong and the government doesn't want to throw them out of the country. But if they are coming directly on 7 years, they will not get it directly. If they have overstayed their visa, quote my name. So you need to check properly. You see, when you see somebody's situation is different from your situation, government doesn't deal with cases on group. They deal with it on individual matter. But inside the rules, it says that it is not meant for both parents. Because the grant of that 2.5 years is outside the rules. It's not inside. You understand? It's outside. It's not inside. Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon. I'm on 2 lines at the same time. Who is hold on here.
Okay.
Who is this?
Okay. It's Alice from Slough.
Can you go and call me on 07908?
Okay, let me write it down.
And I'm on a live Facebook now. I'm on a live program now.
No, I'm not at home now.
I am on a live program. That's what I'm telling you. I'm on a live program, so I won't be.
Okay.
Please go ahead. Hello? Yeah, please go ahead. Apologies to that effect. I think the person wants to ask question, but she came through wrong the line. Yeah, please go ahead.
Oh, okay. All right, man. But from my own experience, family of 5, family of 4.
I'm just answering you back now. Go and ask them the reason why they were granted.
Okay.
Please. That is so important. Home office is not daft. Exactly, one it is close here. Bye bye there. So, because they will not tell you the reason why they were granted 5 of them at the same time, but majorly I want to allow student visa to any problem. Some want to work for 7 years. I want the government look into that and assist them to grant it for them. You understand? Government usually take pity on them because they are on student visa already, and government take pity to grant them. Hello, dear. Hi. Yeah. Please go ahead. I'm on a live program. Are you okay?
Okay. I'll call back then.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, ma. Please, ma. I'm calling from Italy. I just want to get an information.
What is your information? Please go ahead.
Okay, ma. I want, because I have the international passport, I have the residence here. So I really wanted to move because I've been here for some time and I don't have a job. So I have some relatives there anyway, but I'm not coming because of them. I'm just coming on my own beat.
Which country are you in now? You're calling from Parma.
I'm coming from.
You are calling from Parma.
Yes, Parma.
Okay.
Yes.
Are you a resident of that country?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, so I want to really know the credentials and how to come by so that I can make it to come in there for a job.
For what? For coming for what?
Coming to Britain for a job, for work.
What is your qualification or your professional career?
I did this healthcare here.
Okay. Go on to the Home Office and go and look at the shortage scale. Because I haven't got the time to skill you here. So go on the Home Office and check for their skilled job that can take you in shortage occupation.
Okay, but can't I come with my own resident and my passport?
Where is Parma? Where is Parma, by the way?
I'm in Italy.
Oh, okay, in Italy. But you have European passport.
Yeah.
Because you can come to UK and look for a job when you enter. You have to make it clear that you are a European citizen.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, so you can travel into the United Kingdom and look for a job, get NI, open bank account, get your home, get address, and then settle yourself down in the UK with your family.
Okay, ma. Okay, because I really am. I'm viewing this program now. So when you were talking, I was like, I'm tempted to call to know to know how to go if I can make it. Because I had so many people went there, but they have friends, they have people who really help them.
And you haven't got relative or family to set you down.
Not so well.
But you need you need to talk to them if you have at least one person who can actually easily assist you, because it's not going to be that straightforward on your own without knowing anybody. It's going to be difficult unless you want to put in hotel. Even if you stay in hotel, you have to have the money to rent property. Straight away. Because if you don't have address, you cannot book for N9. And if you don't have address, you cannot open bank accounts. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ma.
All right.
Okay, ma.
Thank you.
very
Yeah,
much.
bye. Pama, that's what she said, but she needs to make it clear next time. When you call, you don't give us your local country, village. You give us your country itself, which is Italy. Although the +39 shows that it's Italy, but I'm not looking at it. So when she said Pama, I was thinking of another Pama entirely, Las Palmas or something outside the United there, something outside Europe. So when you call from Europe, make it clear that I'm an European national in Italy, in Belgium, in Germany, in France, so that I can be able to advise you on free movement straight away. Like I'm saying, for the visit visa, let me conclude before I go now, because I want to leave line. But let me conclude. On the visit visa, family member, you must take a letter from your family member for an invitation, even if you're not going to stay with them. And then you book hotel where you are going to stay and have the booking. If your booking does not tally with the numbers of days you mentioned on your application form, you'll be refused. And if you don't have a tangible job in your home country, your application will be refused, unless you want to put it under your husband and you say you're a housewife. Now, anybody that I want to bring into the United Kingdom, I have to be ready for them. I have to make sure, because application must be successful. If I'm bringing someone, I book hotel because I don't have space in my house. But I will book hotel and pay for that person's hotel straight away, so that they will know. And the numbers of weeks I pay for hotel is numbers of weeks the person will stay in the United Kingdom. So the government will know that she's telling the truth. And I will undertake it under my British passport, under my professional career, under my bank statement. I will undertake that the person will return. Now, carelessly, I will not give invitation to somebody that I know that he will not return because of my reputation. Carelessly, I will not give invitation to someone that I know it won't return. Somebody that has something to lose, I am willing to give them invitation because I know that they have family, they have business, they have entity running over there. So they are going to return to that entity or battalions that they left behind. So invitation letter is easy for me to book for that kind of person. I don't have problem. But single person, no child, no husband, no business, no entity, nothing to attach with in Nigeria, application is going to be difficult unless they are coming as a student or coming on a work visa. And work visa, you have to be skilled in the type of visa you want to make under that emblem. In that area, you have to be skilled, because if not, you will not get it. So if you don't have family, then you go on that booking straight away. You are telling them straight away that I don't have family member in England. I am coming to visit England, but you must go and read about England and know which area you want to visit, touch when it comes to visiting. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon, ma.
Afternoon, dear. Thank you for waiting.
Please, I'm watching the program on the live.
Thank you.
Please, mommy, I want to ask a question. As my husband and my two children, we are EU nationals. And I have a son in Ghana. But the problem is, the time when we moved down here 3 years ago at Croydon, the council gave us accommodation due to our situation. We are still living in the council house. Please, Mama, can we bring, as you are living in the council house, can we do the application and bring the boy here?
Is it your child?
Yeah, he is my child, yeah.
And what passport are you holding?
I'm an Italian passport, please, and my husband and my two children here, all of them are holding Italian passport, please.
And where is the child living at the moment?
He is in Ghana.
Yeah, of course you can bring your child into the UK. How old is the child?
Now he's 30 years.
30.
30, please.
It's not a child, it's an adult.
Yes, please.
Under European law, you are eligible to bring a family member extended. It will come under extended family member because it's over 21. If it's between 0 to 20, before 21, then it will come under normal family member. But because it's over 21, it's coming under extended family. And you have to demonstrate the reason why you want to bring him to the UK now. So you got to show a lot of responsibility over him, and you have to show that he's still single in Ghana. You have to show that you are responsible for him. A 30-year-old man is eligible to pregnant any woman at any time, any age. So it's not a child anymore.
Yes, please.
So.
The problem is we are living in the council house. When my husband says, "Can we still bring him as we are living in the council house?"
How many bedroom is the council house you're referring to?
Yes, 3. I have 2 children here and my husband and and they are giving us Croydon Council.
Okay.
Really.
So how many children do you have in the house? How many children?
There are two, one boy and one girl. The girl is 18 years and now the boy is, the last one will be 14 years.
So the 30-year-old guy cannot come into the house. I'm sorry. Those two children have already occupied the 2 rooms. By law, the moment the child is 10 years in the UK, that child is entitled to 1 bedroom under the Housing Act.
Yes, please.
So both children are 18 and 14. So both of them have already exceeded the age. So they are entitled to individual bedroom. So your 30-year-old that they have not lived with before cannot come into the house. So you'll be looking for a space for him separately.
Yes, please. Okay.
Yeah.
So please, so we can use the address to do the application for him.
Yeah. You will not be tested under accommodation anyway, but there is possibility that the entry clearance will pick it up.
Yes, please.
But it's not testable. It's not under test. If it's immigration rule, it will come under test. But for European one, I don't think it come under test. But slightly by chance, I can say that the immigration officer, the entry clearance officer might pick it up. You know.
Yes, please. Thank you, ma. As I'm having your 2 numbers, office and anything, I'll contact you.
No problem. No problem.
Ma, thank God bless you for the good work that you are doing. So I've said, I always say your page.
Are you aware that I'm coming to Ghana very soon?
Please, we live in Croydon.
Okay, but are you aware that I'll be traveling to Ghana?
Last week I
You saw it.
You go to Ghana.
Yes. Okay.
You go to Accra. That's the place where we to.
I will be staying in Accra anyway. I'll be staying in Accra.
Oh yeah, my father comes from Accra, Labadi.
Yeah, I'll be staying in Accra. I will speak to you soon. Please text me your number.
Yes, please, I will do that for me.
Okay, dear. Thank you.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
God bless you too. Bye. Bye. Ghanaian people always love me. And I love Ghanaians as well because they always want to pay me easily without headache. I love my money. Ijebu has already adopted me, so I'm an adopted child of Ijebu Ididi. Hello. Hello, dear. Hi.
Hello, ma. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, my name is Sonia. I just want to find out.
Please hold on. Do I have anyone waiting for me? Who is that? Okay. All right. So I have to come off now. Thank you. Cheers. Goodbye. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm afraid I have to cut this program short now because I have a lot of people waiting at my balcony for me in the office. So, I need to go now. I am so sorry that I could not continue the conversation I'm giving on the issue of visa into the United Kingdom. But let me conclude straight away that you need invitation from a family member. And if you don't have family member, you need to book your hotel. When you book hotel, 2 weeks is 2 weeks on the form. The time you mention on the form is the numbers of the time you're going to show on your hotel booking. They cannot afford to be different from each other. They have to tally. So 2 weeks on the form, 2 weeks on the application, it go well. And then your financial situation in your country of origin is important that you show it. If you can't show those things, you will not go freely. They're not going to grant you. But I cannot hang around anymore. I want to thank all of you online. I want to appreciate you. You are excellent. But I need to leave now. It is important that I leave line now. Hello, who is this?
Hello, ma. My name is Sonia.
Please, can you rush me through? Can you rush me through quickly? I need to leave now.
Okay, that's fine. Sorry, my brother is an European member, and I have been with him since 2007. Then I get a residence that was 5 years residence, which they granted me. But I got married, I brought my husband in from back home. Then, after I was doing well, I got a good job, which I was doing. Then I got a house, I got my own house, which I bought. Then, Home Office find out that, okay, now you're no longer living with your brother because the house where my brother was living with my the wife was very small. Then I have to move out. Then Home Office find out
contact and they revoked my documents. Then, since then, I have been battling with them. I don't know, but now we're living together again for the past 4 years. I don't know how is it possible they can grant me my stay back, because then I was due for indefinite, but they didn't give it to me.
But do you have 5 years now?
No, not really. But I've been battling with them at the point.
I tell you what I can do. Can you call me later on after this program? I need to come off now because I have people waiting for me in my office, so I need to see them now. Yeah. Can you call me later on, please?
On this number?
Yes, please. I'm afraid I have to leave now. I love you guys so much. I want to thank you so much. Nothing I can do without you. You are wonderful. Bless you, all of you. Love you, Adiola, everybody, Jay, everybody there. I love all of you. I cannot mention names alone. But I want to appreciate you, but I need to leave now. Thank you so much, guys.